I mean, I have to give it a minute. We live, just in case the first one didn't go through. So, what if nothing is real? You ever thought that? What if nothing is real and it's all just an illusion? Like that part. You ever seen an illusion part and wondered how they created it? Because I have. You know, they have the kind that look like a V. When you open it up, it's like a V. And you say, nothing about that looks real. But people still try it. I haven't. Then you have the ones with the lace, the illusion lace. You know what I'm talking about? The kind you put powder and foundation on the inside and hope it look like your scalp. You know what I'm talking about? Because I do. You ever just examine a lace front wig up in close, like the front part? I wonder if anybody see those holes. Because I have. I was just sitting here thinking, you know, what if nothing is real? You know, some were speculating, was my hair a wig? I said, they make these kind. This is the only kind I haven't had. You know what I'm talking about? He's so used to just popping it on, pop and go. You know, remember the shake and go? Shake and go. It's just so easy, just shake it and go. I seen something interesting just pop up on my timeline. I'd like to talk about it. There's something about bonnets. And I just wanted to say that at some point, I said the same thing. I said, well, I could be mistaken because I didn't get it all. I only got what they wanted to hype up. You know what I'm talking about? I said, son, whom is now in his 30s. I said, son, what you think about young guys in bonnets? He said, I ain't tripping. You know, they so nonchalant. I ain't, no big deal. His era is the era of Crocs and slides. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nothing big. Ain't nothing big there. Crocs and socks, slides and socks. So why I asked him, I don't know. I just thought maybe he'd give me a good answer. But there you have it. I said, bonnets are shower caps. They're just missing the plastic. You know what I'm talking about? One thing is interesting, though. You ever look for a bonnet on the Zon? Apparently, you get the white ones with the bow under. You know what I'm talking about? Like Little House on the Prairie. Y'all remember that? Because I was saying, that's interesting, because that's what I thought a bonnet was, too. But, you know, after that, I still have my stance about bonnets. I said, I don't care. I'm not going outside like that. 15 years later, here I am with a bonnet on my head right now. Look at that there. Turns out, when you got long locks, waist length, you don't want it on your back, your neck. So you're looking for a bonnet. Now I know some people are saying just wrap them up. Have you tried walking around with one of those on and your hair is down to your behind? Marge Simpson is an understatement. You ever just wrapped your hair up and then Went and looked in the mirror. You know what I'm talking about? And you over there looking like the tower, the cell phone one, not the one in your life. You know what I'm talking about? And I was just saying, things change. Just got to give it a minute. It just depends on where you at in life, how you feel. Surprisingly, depending on where I'm at, the men think bonnets are the ones to go after. You go figure. They say that she worked. She for sure got a 9 to 5 somewhere. Possibly a husband, a cup churn. Look at her. She's beautiful. Look at her face. The bonnet don't look like it's too huge. There's got to be natural hair under there. She looks nice. Look at that car she's getting in. That's a nice car. I always wanted to drive one of those. Apparently, you attract a lot of attention when you're wearing a bonnet. I know. Y'all got on any bonnets? You know, I'm not a bonnet connoisseur or nothing, but I've tried a few. You know what I'm saying? When I first went on my search for bonnets, I decided that I wanted the ones that people braids. Because my locks is long. Turns out this around my head. You ever just wrap your hair too tight? You can't, you got a headache. You don't know where it's coming from, and then you realize it's the bow tie. That too. But it's the bow tie at the top of your head. You ever just loosen the bow tie on the top of your head and you feel better? Because I have. I was sitting here thinking, did my head swell up? Because apparently, when you move from over here to over there, your head get bigger. You ever look at yourself in the mirror and say, I look bigger? Because I have. So, can I get 2 thumbs up? Give me 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, please. Two thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. Hit that like button, put 2 thumbs up. Thank you very much. 2 thumbs up. Must be a delay. 2 thumbs up. Give me 2 thumbs up. Can I get 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs up? Not you sitting in the black Impala. Look like that's about a 97. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about, well, there you. That was quick. He could at least hit the like button. I mean, he'll be back. That's how they do. They get annoyed with the para in the front and not a fiscal, because that's what you got. So I bought the long one. Y'all. It went down my back because I thought, all I need to do is wrap my locks. Because when you don't wrap your locks, you get all kind of stuff in them. And I don't like stuff in my locks. For those of you that wear white tees, before you put a white tee on when you got locks, tie your hair up. Because when people are standing behind you, they just think you're dirty. Because you got all that stuff in your hair. So, that's just a little real spill from me to you, you know what I'm talking about? I don't put nothing in my hair. Because turned out the sebum does it all. You ever just realize that the Almighty made us sufficient all on our own? You ever just thought about that? We don't need nothing. You know when you learn that? When you have a child that don't want you to touch their hair, You learn that you don't need grease, oils. You don't need none of that. Go figure. You man is self-sufficient all in all. You know what I'm talking about? Efficient is when you buy that stuff and you want to use it sparingly. That's not what this is. This is self-sufficient. You know what I'm talking about? So, for all of you that is going to say, I am Ether's bonnet, put me in Ether's bonnet. I'm just going to tell you not to do that because my T's are all crossed and my eyes are all looking at you, kid. So, and I do mean kid. You know what I'm talking about? Goat, apparently, lamb, sheep. You know what I'm talking about? So take for instance the one I have on. I would say it's a medium size. Okay. Nowadays they come with like built-in what y'all would call headbands. Looks kind of stylish, right? I was sitting here thinking, like, you know, in some parts, women wear these. You just don't know that's what they're wearing. Because it's all sleek and smooth and they cover their hair. Because their hair is only for their husbands. Makes sense, right? Like you let down your luxurious hair, it's all healthy and shiny and long. You don't want no other male gazing and having all kind of fantasies about your wife. And it starts with the hair, right? Right? It starts with the hair sometimes. For a lot of people, it's just an attraction. Let me get 4 thumbs up, 4 thumbs up. Give me the 4 thumbs up, 4 thumbs up. Can I get 4 thumbs up? So, this one is uncomfortable. You know why? Because it's not tight enough. And by tight, I mean the width. Sure, my hair is long, but I want it to where it's just standing up. You know how it naturally stands up? Is it a kufa? That's how I want mine, because it's not on my neck. Just give me one of them. Would y'all look at me different? Would y'all say that was a bonnet? Because some people would say that's a bonnet because they don't know no better. And I say, when I see these women that they're in their garb, I said, that's beautiful. Hair is covered, body's covered. You may feel like it's an extreme amount of clothes, but their husbands don't, apparently, right? So I'm just saying, you know, there's different types of bonnets. I like the ones that are tight as far as the width and not around the rim, because sometimes you have to break it in. You know what I'm saying? Stretch it a little bit. You may hear a couple of stitches tear. I had one that was gold. I thought it was really cute. You know? I don't know where it's at. This one here is just alternative. The one that I like has a big old hole in it. So, I guess it wasn't made with quality. Or maybe that's the machine. The stitch may have been off. The machine may have missed a stitch or two or something. You know, because that's what quality is all about. You know what I'm talking about? The point is, around 7, 8 years ago, I felt like bonnets were a problem. And then voila, I needed one. And it wasn't a problem. Cause you just be trying to find, you know, I thought that too. When my locks get longer, I'm gonna be able to wrap them up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be walking around here with that whole queen look. And then reality kicked in. Locks are heavy. You remember edges? Some people don't. Some people don't remember their edges, but I do. I like edges. It looks good, you know, when you have that head wrap on and headband, and you see a little hair sticking out the front. That turns out that's attractive. You didn't think it was, but it is. Ask your husband. Ask him if he likes your edges. See what he says. If you have some. If not, just glue some on. And ask him. Or somebody else's, whatever you prefer. Somebody else's, apparently. I just said, since no one's gonna ask any questions, 7 thumbs up. Can I get 7 thumbs up? 7 thumbs up. 7 likes. 7 likes. Hit that thumbs up. Hit it up right now. 7 likes. 7 likes. 7 likes. 7 going twice. 7 going 3 times. 7 4 times. 7 5 times. 7 10 times. 7 likes. 7 likes. 7 likes. Hit that like button right now. All right. I'm gonna let that sit in. Sometimes people need a minute. They need a minute. They need a minute. They need a minute to get their wits about. Oh. Oh, he left. She? I think it was the, is Lamb Chop in here? Apparently. Lamb Chop. Girl, that is a 27 piece on your eyelash. I'm just saying. Now, we all understand where the oversupply of 27 pieces went. This turns out shortcuts is only popular in the summertime. So, you ever just see somebody here and don't know it's a wig because it's a shortcut? Y'all remember that era? You see it, you don't know that it's glued on. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's a shortcut and you figure, why? Why go through that trouble? Well, you could just do your own hair like that. Apparently they can't. So that's why they added some on. You know what I'm talking about? Locks is hot. So, if you happen to see me and I'm in the bonnet, don't ask no questions because I done already told you. You know, the funny thing about the bonnet effect is it's a bonnet effect. 2 likes up. Can I get 2 likes up? Hit that like button. 2 likes up. Going once, going twice. 2 likes up. The bonnet effect is you're walking around in your bonnet. You go inside. You take your hair down and you come out. All of a sudden, hey, beautiful. How you doing? I thought you was a knock, but turns out I was wrong. You look lovely. That's the bonnet effect. Has that ever happened to you? Because it's happened to me. Because either around here, like, I do not give no one hugs. You know what I'm talking about? That's it. When you got a nice car, right? Like, for instance, with men, when they have nice cars, they can hop out. Socks be dirty, underwear be dirty, neck, ears. They may need a triple ball fade and line up. No dyed in. Edges. You know what I'm talking about? They hop out, drop their keys, and they hit that trip, and they look good. You know what I'm talking about? They look good. Say he got a job. That makes you look 1,000% better. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? You ever just be driving and you look to your left or your right and you remember when you had a car like that and you say, but you're not about that life no more. Because I do it every time I get that notion. You know what I'm talking about? People might not say my car, is anything. I love my car. You know? A Rolls Royce might look prettier to you, but I love my car. If somebody said, would you trade that car in for this one? I say no, because I can't afford it, for one. And two, mine's is a classic. You know how they make special editions? You can see 1,000 of the same car, and you're like, wait, something different about that one. That's how I'm living, you know? We gonna talk about cars. That's what you talk about when he show up. He got 6 cars. And a Jaguar. The Jaguars are not new. You know? I seen a clean Jag one time. I said, I know that's gotta be in the 20s. Did you know sometimes you can't really tell? It turns out, even Coupes, Lexuses, they had all kind of stuff going on in there. Before the 2020s, 2000s about, you know what I'm talking about? But unless you ever got in one, if you ain't ever got in one, you won't know that it was high tech up in there. Cause I have. I got in and I said, well, this is nice. This how we living right now? You ever just realize you bought the wrong car because everybody got the same car, and when they want the little emblems off your car, they're gonna go right to yours? You ever just realize that when you're in the town? Something about the town. And everybody got Lexus Coupes, and they'll steal it right from up under your nose. You go in the house one day, you got all 4 of your emblems and everything is right and tight, and next thing you know, you come out and go to the driver's side and 2 missing. Why on one side, everything there, and then on the other side, 2 missing? Right from up under your nose. You say, who bold enough to come right in front of the house and play me? They bold. You know what I'm talking about? The funny thing about cars, when you see enough of them, you start thinking, that person drives that car. Then you see 6 others, and it's the same color, same make, same model. And turns out they're all different nationalities. You know what a case of mistaken identity is? You ever just be riding around and somebody mistake you for somebody else? And it's detrimental? You just riding around minding your own business, and next thing you know, pop, pop, ta-da-ta-ta. You're like, wait a minute. This town business. This town business. You know what I'm talking about? They be mistaken identities all the time out there. That's why I'm glad I got locks. You know what I'm saying? I got locks. I ain't gonna wear no bonnet in the town. You know what I'm saying? I know better. I come to the town, I'm letting the locks flow, because they don't really get too many women and females that wear locks. it's a hand few, but you know what I'm saying? You see me, you gonna say, oh, that's Ether. You know what I'm saying? That's not her. You know what I'm talking about? Because I want you to know it's me, not her. You feel me? Yeah. Because word around the town is she drive the same car as me. You know what I'm talking about? When she know darn well that was not her car and that was not her man. And if he knew that she snatched the keys and went for a joyride, because that's what it is, when he was asleep on one, he wouldn't go back over there. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's detrimental. You don't know who. She know, he know, they know. You know what I'm talking about? You ever just be with somebody and didn't know they was popular? You just chilling. Young gal. You just chilling. You think you off in a honeycomb hideout or something. You know what I'm saying? You just chillaxing. Tucked. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you don't know, not that guy. And all of a sudden somebody say your name. Then you hear Goofy say, what you talking about? She talking about you? That's your nickname? Because I haven't. I don't be off in nobody's honeycomb hideout, and they ain't coming to mine. As soon as somebody say tuck, I'll be like, what, where? You with that? You with that? You doing it like that there? I said tucked, not stuffed. You know what I'm saying? I know you from the loins. Go on and get up out of here. Get up out of here. So, can I get 3 likes up? 3 likes up. Give me 3 likes up. Hit that like button 3 times. 3 times. 3 times. Can I get 3 likes up? 3 likes up. 3 thumbs up. 3. Tell that girl in the background to put one up. All right. Well, that's interesting. Thank you. I appreciate you. Because no one has told you that in like 4 months. Because apparently he watched me. And he said he gonna use that one. So now you know where it came from. You see how the Almighty just dropped stuff in your lap? Like he did when he came in and said he bought you McDonald's and the fries was cold. Apparently I was on the phone when he was at the McDonald's, you know what I'm talking about? Let's see, I done talked about bonnets, I done talked about weave. Let's talk about your dude again. Now, when I said share, and you decided that you was gonna share it to your other channel, he was watching you. Because he think you one of them. So, what I advise you to do is hit me up for a one-on-one. Because that's what you need to share. Because he like, I know 8 Aries. Why she think this me? I know 8 of them. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ish, my mama Aries. So now you know that's him. So, what y'all doing? I don't see nothing in the chat box. There's no chatter in the chat box. Remember that? Smoking. That's what he be doing. All right. You ready for some action? Me too. Somebody say something. Is your phone down? You mean you finally put it down? Besides when it went off and you didn't have no service? Till you went to your mama's house and tapped into her Wi-Fi? You know what I'm talking about? If you're a part of the era that I'm from, right, I can admit I just decided to become one of the eye consumers. And this is because I wasn't a content creator. I said, Android is fine with me because all I'm doing is answering, texting, and sending pictures. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you the difference right now. On Androids, you get better with than on the eyes. Your pictures come out better, in my opinion. You may have more detail in the iPhone, and depending on who you are, you might not want everybody to see all them holes in your face. You know what I'm saying? So, the reason why I said it is because I wanted to. You ever just been looking upon yonder and realize you haven't been over there yet? Because I have. How many years of your life have you lived in one area and never been on the other side? I can say I lived in an area for 7 years and never explored. Never. Ever. It's funny how that, time just passed you by. You like, one day I'm going to go to the other side of that mountain. One day. Then you realize that time is not your friend. You know what I'm talking about? You just don't have no time. But she do. She have a lot of time. She have all the time. Because she stay with her mama. I don't have the luxury of staying with mine. She's passed over. And so is my father, by the way. So when you start saying, don't take my only income, everyone in here need to understand that she's talking about her sister and her mama, not her job or her career. You know what I'm talking about? It's a difference. If y'all were to hear some of the stuff that angels hear spiritually, you would say, what? You would, some of y'all can just imagine because y'all know some people and you saying these are some characters right here. I can only imagine what they asking for. The put the smell in their nose. That was the one. I said, what? Put the smell in my nose. What she talking about? What she? You sorry? You sitting there? You like? Wait a minute. Is that Ish? It's about 10 ninjas saying right now, all right, y'all just can't hear them. All right, they just like, yeah, okay. Cause you ever just been sitting in your car and you smell Ish and you like, what is that? You looking around, you looking in between your legs, you looking on the bottom of your shoe. You pull over, smell the seat next to you, you say, wait, where's that coming from? Because I have. I just been chilling, minding my own business, and I'm like, is that you? Because it ain't me. I just... Y'all need to understand that archangels are extremely funny. You would be rolling on the ground at some of the stuff you hear them say. And when it comes down to visions, if you were to see what the Almighty puts in our vision, you would laugh so hard. I'm telling you. It's a beautiful thing. Sometimes. Then you have to deal with the reality of who you are and why you were created for this purpose. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I was sitting there thinking to myself, for those that seem to have a hard time grasping that I'm an angel, it's not because I self-appointed myself to be one, because when Almighty said that that's what I was, I said, are you sure? What do you mean? It's all about perception and indoctrination that have you doing that. Because you assume that angels are one way, and they're not. The whole thing about arch and arc is some are intelligent enough to grasp the concept of light and dark. So they immediately attribute arch to light, which is somewhat accurate, right? Because if I were to say I was born a cherub that ascended to become an archangel seraphim and then a Sobri Natashi, you would say, well, what does that mean? That would mean that I went from light to dark and then balance. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The thing about why they want arch energy is because they feel they can command an angel to do something. So when you start talking about the heavy, Hitters, they don't want no smoke. When they say things like Saint Michael, Archangel Michael, it's because they want the nice version of Archangel Michael. They want the nice one. As if he's gonna jump back in time and just come to talk to you. You know what I'm talking about? It's kind of like you go to school, right? You graduate, you go to college, you get your AA, your BA, your master's, and then your doctorate or something like that, right? Because intelligent people can grasp this concept. If I put it like that, then maybe you'll understand that Saint, Arch, and Arc is about hierarchy. It's about rank. It's about skills. It's about titles. So if you were to go to a professional person and say, hey, sassafras, womp, womp, womp. And sassafras says, Dr. Sassafras to you, womp, 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 womp. Then you would understand that that title means something. For those that have spent countless years studying to have that title, you understand what I'm saying? The same thing. Share a friend. Share with a friend. Share a friend. That wasn't me. I don't share friends. I give them away freely. You know what I'm talking about? I don't share friends. I give them away freely. Because friends are meant to be given away. Listen. Somebody's saying cherub. Yes, cherub bum bum. Cherub bum bum bum. Those are real. But the point of what I'm saying, it is a class. Just like Sappho. So, the point is, That when I was told that, I didn't believe it because of my life. You understand what I'm talking about? When the man upstairs tells you who you are and you have a hard time with that, it is because of GUILT. And a lot of it has to do with indoctrination. You know what I'm talking about? Because if you're in a body, you're not perfect. Because, in my opinion, perfectness has no body. It is omnipresent. It's up in the air where it's fair. You don't need a body when you're perfect. You get what I'm talking about? Well, we have action. Hello to all of my beautiful members and viewers. I really appreciate you, and I'm starting to love y'all. I love ya. If anybody ever said they loved you and didn't mean it, I mean it. I love all of y'all because y'all stand the test of time. They don't know that, though. I said sassafras because, when the man upstairs don't want you to say certain things in front of certain beings, he'll put it away and then he'll bring it back later if it's to be stated. He does it all the time to me. So for those of you that have ascended high enough, you can descend. The thing about ascension is you don't know where you're at. Sometimes you'll descend and you'll say something tastes funny because your taste buds is different. Then you ascend and you realize you don't like that. It makes you nauseous. Or you may have an allergic reaction or something. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Because he do. On the hierarchy, angel hierarchy, you have cherubim. When I said, man upstairs, is this what you're saying? You saying I'm a cherubim? And then I said, you mean a cherub? And he said, yes. And then I said, wait, a cherubim? He said, no, you got it right the first time. You cherub. Cherub? And I was like, really? Then I said, well, why you make me one of the weak ones? This was later on. Because I'm saying, I want to be a seraph. You know what I'm saying? I want to run with the big boys. You feel me? Then all of a sudden, next thing you know, I done passed out and woke back up. And voila! I'm a seraphim. Just like that, all of a sudden. It just be that sudden for some people. You start looking different, acting different, thinking different, hearing things, and you say, no, I thought that was from something else. You mean, y'all really there? I didn't have that experience, but I know some that has. And even that part is a part of your path. And when you start getting others' beliefs that are for them specifically, and you start attributing your life to that, and you realize where all the GUILTY come from. You know what I'm saying? Some people will say that you have a hard head because you won't do what they didn't do. They're not going to tell you that. But they feel like because who they are, they can convince you to do what they themselves didn't do. Until they was at that last straw. You know how you just at the last straw and you got to pick it because you don't want to put your lips on that? That's where he was. And when he was there, he said, I'm changing my life. But what he meant to say is, I'm going to change somebody else's life because this was my way out. That is it.